Greetings, fellow adventurers, and welcome to Hazards and Hijinks, the live-action interactive fantasy tabletop role-playing horror show. I am, as always, your dungeon master for this evening, Hero, and I am so very happy that you are here with us. We know you could be anywhere on a Monday night, and we are so happy that you're here with us live on Twitch. Ain't that fun? Well, as Captain Good and Plenty already explained the basics of the show, we can jump right to the specifics of tonight's episode. Tonight, we went to our social media and we asked what type of horror theme you wanted us to explore. And again, you guys picked the body horror. You haven't been grossed out enough by our shows this month. So we took that. We also said, what kind of monster would you like us to encounter? And you picked the Tooth Fairy. So we're going to see what happens when the Tooth Fairy comes into a body horror episode. I'm sure it's not going to be horrifying. And finally, we asked what kind of quest fits with a horror themed show, and you picked Defend the Cabin. So our heroes at some point will be besieged on all sides and will be given the choice to defend or flee. If they take up the challenge to defend that place, at that time they will earn themselves a level achievement, getting them that much closer to leveling and being stronger and more capable adventurers. However, first and foremost, we have to set the mood. Darkness falls upon Improvia as we introduce our players tonight. And I have a great privilege in introducing them, starting off with everyone's favorite Dinisi. Put your hands together for Nico Dinisi as Veryl Dryadalis, the elf Berserker.
I'm sure the pleasure is all yours, as always.
Indeed it is. I can't imagine you are capable of feeling pleasure. Like most actors.
Yeah, pleasure is for the weak.
True. Spoken like a true Hellraiser fan. Speaking of Hellraisers, put your hands together for Brooke, Eyler as Vasilia, Cruentus, the Dhampir rogue.
I suppose you'll have to call me weak, because I do love dealing in pleasure.
Oh,
well.
Oh,
we can't
so
all be great.
When we read your journal about you and Daz. Moving
I'm sorry,
on,
what?
we have everyone's favorite upsetting uncle. Put your hands together for Brendan Burns as Michael Richardson, the human hunter.
No, I was an uncle.
Yeah, well, as long as you're not a daddy, I think you're safe.
I mean, if there's someone that looks like a daddy, it's this person right here.
We're going to have a daddy off. Don't you worry about that, Michael. All right, now that we've got our characters together, we are ready to get this horrific adventure started. And we're going to start the way we always do, with a hearty huzzah. And feel free to join in if you feel so inclined. 3, 2, 1, huzzah!
Huzzah!
All right, tonight we'll start with Vasilia. Vasilia has been surveying the area of Improvia, specifically the town of Oakvale, for several weeks now that she's been there. As a Dhampir, she doesn't have the overwhelming compulsion to consume blood that her full vampire can possess, but she does need to satiate that undying hunger for the vene sanguina every once in a while, and that has led her to working out a kind of disposal deal with the local butcher, where they got a lot of excess bloody parts, and she gets rid of them and he doesn't ask questions. So as she's returning back from that, Vasilia, what do you see in front of you? It's night, it's been raining, you're trying to make it back to the Broken Tankard Tavern as quickly as you can, but you notice a thick fog rolling in from the north, from the wooded area right before the Hills of Harm. This thick fog kind of just covers the whole area. And you can see and hear things. What exactly do you hear and see?
God, because it can be easy, can it? So surveying the area, I'm trying to avoid the puddles that are littering the ground, and beyond the call of occasional owls, there's telltale rustling. There's oddly enough footsteps, though I'm not familiar with the gate, so I'd like to avoid it if I can.
Okay. Well, we can roll a stealth.
I would enjoy that very much.
All right, let's roll ourselves a stealth. We'll set this check at, because you're already somewhat obscured by the fog, we'll set this check at 12. So 1d20 plus 1d6. All right, 23. As if becoming one with the shadows themselves, Vasilia, you duck around a corner and you are completely hidden as you see an orc running through the town. He's bleeding rather profusely. His clothes are tattered and torn. He seems to be so panicked he's not even screaming. Like his voice is hoarse, so there's just this kind of broken wheezing sound as he passes by, like as he runs by. You hear chittering in the mist, but you can't see anything. What do you do?
I'm going to, while sticking to the shadows, I'm going to try and maneuver around the man who's running and see if I can identify what could have attacked him and pull him into an alley.
Okay. Yes, you pull him into the alley. He kind of gasps at you. You can see that his face is all mangled. Little chunks are ripped out of him. Like little, like it looks like Swiss cheese. He's tore up. His clothes are shredded. And he is missing a fair number of his teeth, like he just got in a bare knuckle brawl.
Well, I'm going to cup his face and just gently remove a bit of the excess blood and just a taste.
Okay.
Do you want to tell me what happened? Came out of
Just kind of
nowhere.
grabs on you and screams. His voice is so hoarse he can't even really compose himself and make noise.
You're quite the conversationalist, aren't you? How do you fancy a game of charades? You tell me what did this to you, and I no bitey you more. Yeah? Mhm.
It was the mist.
The mist?
The mist did this.
Lovely. Okay, well then I'm going to have to find someone else to help me deal with this because I'm not dealing with it on my own. I don't know first aid. You're on your own, champ, but it's been lovely speaking with you.
You release him and he immediately runs back down the alley looking for someone who can actually help him.
Your blood sugar's low, by the way.
You do notice a swirling within the mist as he goes around a corner, and you hear a tearing sound. Now, you said yourself you had to find people to help you with this. Do you ignore the sound and continue to the Broken Tankard Tavern, or do you further investigate?
I can't deal with that shit on my own. I'm going to the tavern.
As you pass the alley, you smell the strong odor of blood, but as you said, you can't handle that shit on your own, so you just continue as you were. Meanwhile, at the Broken Tankard Tavern, it is lively and festive inside the Broken Tankard Tavern. On account of all of the rain, a lot of the people who spend their evenings outside, the night market folks, young kids on dates and things like that, and all of the tourists are cram-packed inside the Broken Tankard Tavern. You're confident that the Inn and Stout is probably twice as crowded, much to the chagrin of the tavern master, but this is the busiest you've seen the Broken Tankard Tavern in some time. Now, Michael, in your quest to reconnect with the cool adventurers, you've kind of become, or I should say, Bryson has become attached to you, but he's been called elsewhere on a mission accompanying Ripper to some convention. You didn't quite get all the details third hand, but Veryl is there, and Veryl is also trying to connect with the cool adventurers. So the two of you are actually looking around to see if there are any cool adventurers around to talk to, so that you don't have to talk to each other. For whatever reasons, you're both kind of done with talking with each other. What do you see in the tavern, Michael? What's in there? What catches your interest?
I think what catches my interest is everyone's very loud, they're very boisterous, but I notice in like the far corner is just a table of silent people, just drinking in absolute silence. And I think I've been eyeing them on and off. I'm like, I've angled myself in a way where Veryl is here and there in the corner, and I've just been kind of watching them, trying and playing a game with Veryl, because talking is enough, but if I play a game and I can mess with them, that's sort of good enough. So I'm kind of just sitting there like, all right, Veryl, it's super easy. I know you're going to get it, all right? This is not the game. Very much stay focused. Really, think hard. Like, listen to what I'm saying.
I am listening to what you're saying, and you've got a pattern going. And this is not the game.
No, it is
So,
the
wait. So the
Yeah.
game. When did the game stop being the game?
The game has never stopped being the game.
No. You definitely started out saying that this is the game, and then you said this is not the game at some point. No.
That was last game. This is this game.
Oh,
So-
we've already started a new game, and nobody even won.
Well,
kind of
because
game is that?
you didn't get the game right, and so you lost that game. This is the new game that you have the chance to get right. If you know, I'm going to start over.
Okay.
I'm gonna start over. right?
I'm trying to be a good sport. Let's try this again. I'm going to
I
get
know
it.
you're giving it your best shot, and you look so smart right now. All right, you're gonna do the same exact one. All right,
All right. Same game.
same exact game.
And this is the game.
This is the name of the game. All right.
This is the wait.
What?
Is the game that I'm supposed to guess the name of the game?
You're supposed to guess. You're supposed to guess the word that I'm trying to get you to guess. That is the game. The game is the game.
Oh. So you're thinking of a word. Why don't you give me some hints? Maybe that would help. Maybe
That
some
is
description.
literally
Let's
what
play a
I'm
game of
doing.
charade.
Giving you hints.
Oh, so you're just talking about so you're thinking of a bard of some kind, one of those
I'm
snappy
thinking-
ones.
I'm gonna okay, how about this?
Michael, as you are engrossed in this annoying conversation, you see the four silent folk in the far corner all get up in unison and make their way out the back door of the tavern.
All right. What can I sense their purpose? Can I sense their are they leaving just for the sake of leaving? Are they leaving with an agenda? Are they leaving with a purpose? Like, are they moving in unison, or just are they moving?
Well,
like,
yeah, all four of them raised at the exact same time. They all like made a bow gesture to each other and a like a hand gesture, and then they all spun around the table and then left.
Got it. I'm gonna go, Veryl, you know what? It's too loud in here. I think it's just too loud. You can't focus.
It's a terrible place for charades.
I agree. Let's take a quick little walk. Let's clear your head. I think we're gonna find the answer to your problem with this game outside. I believe in that. Let's
If you just wanted to clear your head, Michael, why didn't you just say so? Yes,
You're
it
right.
sounds like a great idea.
You're right. And I grab the little bowl of mixed nuts on the table, and I kind of just start popping them in my mouth. Like, you're right. I'm a fool. I'm the fool. That's what I am.
Yes, and that's
Push
a
it.
little out of character for you to admit, but
I I'm an
I
honest
appreciate-
guy. Yeah, I'm an honest little fellow. I don't know why you assume I'm ever going to lie to you.
Nobody
As-
said anything about lying.
As Michael and Veryl make their way towards the exit, the door opens with a loud clanging sound. And standing in the doorway is a completely soaking wet Vasilia. Her hands are covered in blood, but other than that, she seems perfectly normal, except that she looks very agitated and slightly frustrated, which I guess is normal for them. They make their way in. They immediately go to the counter. They get themselves a glass of wine and a wet towel to wipe their hands of the blood. Michael, Veryl, do either of you investigate this further, or do you continue going out the back the way you were?
I don't know this person, so I keep walking.
All right, Michael has exited.
Oh, okay. So, oh, Michael, wait up. Oh, okay. Well, he's gone. It's Vasilia. It's-
Veryl?
Yes. We've.
Hi.
It's nice to see you.
It's so seeing you. So seeing you.
We are seeing each other, and
We
you
indeed
look,
are.
you look a little. You've looked better.
Damp? Distress?
You've looked much drier before.
I have
yes.
indeed looked much drier. You're so funny. Has your friend ever told you that you're so funny?
Well, lately, yes, he's been giving a lot of compliments, and it's well overdue. So yes, he has told me.
That's
I'm
great. You're
quite funny.
competent, right?
Competent? I should hope so. I wouldn't be a cool adventurer if I wasn't.
Your
would know.
friend, are they competent?
Oh, Michael Richardson, he's
Michael?
died a couple times and come back, I think. That's
That's a
not
feat.
competence.
That's interesting. That's far more interesting than anything you've told me about yourself. So, shall we, I have a proposition.
You've got for anything, aren't you? You've adventured with us, the cool adventures before.
Yes.
So it should be no problem for us. We're a team.
That
right?
you are my buddy pal. And
Oh, I
as
don't-
my buddy pal,
Ah, yeah.
yes, I make this request of you. How are you with like bloody screaming and holes?
Holes. Well, I am a berserker. I've cut off heads, and
Have you done that to anyone recently?
I've ruined my tunic. I'm very upset about it. I recently destroyed it. The dry cleaners couldn't do anything about it.
Wow,
No.
That's so sad.
The dry
yeah.
cleaner at the far end of the bar, he tribes up. He's like, "If you respected your clothes, we wouldn't have this problem. You bitter ass elf.
Oh, well,
I take offense to that.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
you hush up, you equally bitter ass elf? I know your clothes too."
Do
I
you? And I know you're bitter as well, and I'd like to gently pour my bitter wine onto him.
Ah, nuts! This is gonna take hours to come out of this. This is the finest silk from the Ivory Coast, you silly billies. Oh, you haven't heard the end of me. I'm Taylor Swift, and I will be back. And he
Oh
storms
no,
off
no,
into the
no!
rain.
They're definitely going to lose their business. They haven't gotten any of my tunics clean or mended, for that matter. Do you also get a lot of blood on your clothes when you go out in battle?
Yes! Yes, in battle all the time. Though I try to make a habit of keeping them clean. I like looking pristine, I like looking nice. But that being said, you saw I had a bit of blood on me, as one does. And because of this, there was a quite frantic man running through the streets, screaming bloody murder if he could have, but he'd lost his voice, he was missing a few teeth, and there is an unnatural roiling mist rolling in. So I figure none of that necessarily seems natural. And if you wanted to perhaps look into that...
Oh, it's most unfortunate if we don't have any of our magic users, wizards here nearby, but our associate.
Dear gods, they've blinked.
This sometimes happens to Veryl. Sometimes Veryl gets so lost in thought that they literally freeze.
Okay.
Are you with me? No.
Yeah,
No.
Yes, I'm. Yes. So you haven't met my associate because he rudely stormed off before I could introduce you. But he's a real adventure go with, and he's. If we go track down Michael, I think that maybe he could help us investigate. It is too bad that we don't have any wizards nearby to protect us from the magic.
It is too bad. This party is definitely melee focused tonight. Let's see how Michael's doing. Meanwhile, Michael Richardson was following the 4 cloaked figures as they walked through town, again in perfect unison. They would like oscillate between like a square pattern to a diamond pattern to like a cross pattern as they seem to be walking through the town. A mist is kind of roiling through the town, and as they pass through it, you kind of lose sight of them for a minute. You'll have to use one of your skills in order to continue following them if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I do that. I mean, I'd like to track them as best as possible. As well, knowing I feel Veryl leave me, like their presence kind of stays behind. So I drop the nuts and I take out Daddy's juice and I dab it on my neck. And sort of around my body. And as I walk, I'd like to, as I'm walking, try to call attention to myself in a way. So I walk and I just sort of drunkenly hum, 3 little clouds sat on my window, and I told them I don't need to worry.
All right, let's roll a nature check. To see if you continue pursuing them, as well as setting up the daddy juice aftershave nut trail to see if they can find you. Because you're doing both simultaneously, I'm going to set this check pretty high. We'll set it at 18, but a d20 plus a 1d6. That's a nat 20, so why don't you tell me what happens?
So I'm singing, and it's just I've done it so many times. So it's the pitch fucking perfect drunk singing voice of just that like Irish, not an Irish jig. It's very not an Irish jig, but I'm trying to make it sound like that, and
it's a bit of a brogue.
Yeah, and I think I catch their attention. Like it interrupts their walk in such a way where like. I start to weave my way through whatever triangle it is, bumping into them, just kind of, girl, put your records on, tell me your horn, just go ahead, let your hair down.
I love it.
And I just wrap my arms around the guy next to me, sing it with me.
As you wrap your arms, they do stop, and only the one closest to you turns, and that's the one you wrap your arms around. And as you do, you feel the weight in him like distribute oddly, almost as if you've just taken his head off, because you pull, and what you assumed was his neck, as you kind of rest on it, you stumble, and the whole person kind of breaks apart, and you quickly hear like scattering, as the other 3 figures in their heavy cloaks also just drop down leaving the cloaks behind.
As that happens,
But you are still holding the one. You're holding something in this cloak. You stumbled, and you're holding something in this cloak, and it's squirming around.
Sorry, my friend. I didn't mean to disrupt you and your compatriots. Just one of those long, listless nights, you know what I mean.
All right, let's roll a D. Let's roll a D6. High, middle, or low.
D6.
Yeah, D6.
I'm gonna go
high, middle, or low.
Middle.
Middle. All right, then we're looking for 3 or 4.
I literally was about
low.
to say, can I guess fucking 2? Damn it.
Never doubt yourself. That's the first rule of being a cool adventurer. All right. You feel a sharp pain as a small blade enters right between 2 of your ribs, just slides right in. The squirming the squirming kind of stops, and it just kind of focuses on stabbing you. You take 2 points of damage from that.
Do I feel if the part I'm holding moved?
Yes, the part you're holding has moved. You definitely felt.
Did it move in unison with the stabbing?
Yes, it was responsible for the stabbing.
Good. I'd like to just kind of chuckle, and unseen in my offhand, my Bowie knife is sort of like always sort of protruding. As he stabs me, I twist and I just shove it right up into like what I believe would be the neck.
Oh.
And I do that and I say, if you want to play with knives, I'll play with mine too.
Okay. Because you're using your magic weapon, you're using your Bowie knife of bad blood. Let's roll a D4 and you tell me odd or even.
God damn it. I'm gonna go with fucking Let's go with even.
Let's go with even. Yeah. It's a 4, yeah. You got it right. So yes, you immediately slay the target. The Bowie knife stabs into its neck. Every time you use a magic weapon, you have a 50-50 shot of it working or it summoning a monster. So that's the stakes. But you succeeded. So it's your Bowie knife automatically slays one target. So you've done that. It goes limp and lifeless. However, let's roll a D6. Let's roll a D6. 5. That matches your armor, so nothing happens. You feel several things jump onto you and also kind of stab you. But they hit the thick leather of your overcoat, so you're able to kind of shake them off, and they all drop down. They're very small things with large red eyes and long crooked noses, and they're wearing like a red scarf that's wrapped around their mouth and wrapped around atop their head in kind of this odd fashion. But as you look a little closer at these things, you realize it's not a scarf. It's actually like ripped off pieces of skin from whatever they last encountered. They've wrapped around themselves. And you, because you're so familiar with the Feywild and Fey creatures, you recognize this as a red cap, a very dangerous, malicious Fey. There are about 11 of them that all just seem to be around you. They have huge knives, like carving knives, and they're all kind of chanting in Fey around you. Let's see. Vasilia.
Yes.
Odd or even?
Odd.
All right, we're gonna roll 2d4. If any of them are odd, we'll take that. All right, then we'll take the 3. Yes, you and Veryl have been following these bar nuts that are just soaking in ethanol. Like they smell like a pure like vodka distillery or rubbing alcohol. Veryl, you recognize this as the smell of daddy juice. So you realize this is where Michael Richardson is going. And as you got closer to him, you heard him singing, but the singing abruptly stopped. And Vasilia, you smelled the quick, like, pungent burst of blood as if someone had just been cut or stabbed. As you come on this scene through the thick fog of these 11 diminutive fey creatures surrounding Michael Richardson, who looks just tickled pink.
Can I say that as they come upon me, I'm like laughing, like, it's the Ready Boys. A pleasure to see you again. Oh, sorry about your friend there. Don't leave a little bit of him. And I just, with my bowie knife, skin the back of him, and I throw the skin at the first one in front of me.
Oh God!
Like, I know you love your little parts. I didn't want you to lose a friend right there.
It grabs the flayed skin and it wraps it around its waist like a sash, and it pulls out another dagger. Vasilia, what do you do?
Oh gods, I'm going to throw a dagger at them.
Okay, that sounds like a simple attack to me.
I'm putting a lot of effort into it, so.
Okay, then let's roll a 1d6. 4. Yes, your dagger. You actually throw 2 daggers. They strike 2 of the red caps, and they hit them just at the base of their neck, so they fall down lifeless and dead. There remain 9 more of these monsters. That would make it Veryl's turn. Veryl, what do you do?
There's 9 of them.
There are 9 of them. One of them has 2 daggers. That's the one with the bloody sash. The rest of them all just have like a single dagger, and they have like bloody entrails wrapped around their heads.
Oh, okay. So, I'm going to go at it with what is my basic attack? Is it bone claws? My brutal weapons? I'm going to go at him with my brutal weapons.
Then let's go at it with your brutal weapons. That's going to be a basic attack. A simple attack is going to be 2d6. So let's roll 2d6. That's fine. Yeah, you jump in and you just tear into 8 of them. Like, your claws extend into gory, bloody messes, bestial claws, and you just rip into the rest of them. The other single-bladed ones, they drop or scatter, just running away, leaving just the one with the 2 daggers and the sash. He takes his daggers and he charges. Let's roll a d6. Ooh, that's a 4. That's going to miss Michael entirely, but that's going to hit Vasilia by 1 and Veryl by 2. Now, Vasilia, because you're up first, it beat you by 1. You can have something weird happen, or you can take a tiny bit of damage.
This is already so fucking weird. It might as well get weirder.
All right. He jumps onto your head and wraps the bloody sash around your head.
Thanks.
Odd or even? Roll a d4. Odd or even?
Odd again. Why not?
Okay. 3. All right. Even though your mouth is immediately filled with blood, you overcome the sensation to give in to your bloodlust, so you don't lose control of yourself, and you manage to throw this guy off, and you throw him right into Veryl. Veryl, he beat you by 2, so you can take a fair bit of damage or have something kind of bad happen.
Sorry.
Something kind of bad happens.
All right. You are going to lose an action. You are going to lose the ability to attack because you go to like grab him and he slices off your bone claws just in like a quick move. And he slices off your bone claws. So you just
there's nerves in there.
Yeah, they'll grow back, but right now you can't take any attack actions. You'll have to do something else when it's your turn. But first up is Michael Richardson. Michael Richardson, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'd like to, as the fairy hits my friend, I would like to grab it by its arms and snap them both like twigs and just hold him to my face like, it's just you. If you'd like to breathe a second day, you're gonna stop what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say let's roll. What are your skills? What skills do you got?
So many skills. I'm just the most talented little boy.
You do have athletics, so I'm gonna say this
Yeah.
is an athletics check to catch him and snap his arms like that. So we're gonna set the DC at 12 for this. So 1d20 plus 1d6. That's 17. Yes, you successfully snap his arms. He is currently debilitated, which means he rolls all attacks with disadvantage. That would make it Vasilia's turn. Vasilia, what do you do?
Well, I'm eating my gusher a little bit more because he was very nice and he gave me a little snacky. But once I'm finished, I will go ahead and just gently lift the flap of skin away from my face. Kind of survey what's going on. Oh, look at that! Just snapped his little armies off. That's adorable. Here, one moment. And I would like to crouch beside him, and I would like to put 2 of my fingers into his mouth, and then I'd like to pull backward because he can't stop me with his arms, and just see if I can snap that part off.
Wow!
What a
Wow! Okay, I'm gonna say.
Fuck you.
I'm gonna say that's a free power attack because he's disadvantaged. So let's roll 3d6. That's 10. You inflict 10 points of damage. Yes. You reach under his scarf, and you grab what you feel is the top of his palate, and you just pull, and it does snap his head back, and an enormous spiked tongue erupts out of his neck and just starts whipping around all over the place. Vasilia, odd or even?
Odd gang.
Okay. All right. Let's roll that d4. No! It whips around and it doesn't, like, it tries to strike all 3 of you, but it misses, and then it kind of goes back in and his head drops back in like a Pez dispenser. That would make it Veryl's turn. Veryl, what do you do?
Oh, well, first of all, I've just been enjoying the show. Everyone, great displays of violence. I'm just laughing, and I'm just having such a good time. I am noticing though that Vasilia is licking her lips. She has blood all over her face, and she's been licking her lips a lot. And I'm a little bit not. I don't know laurel leaves to do things like that, but they are strange. So maybe
They
I was in a cult. It happens.
But anyway, so I'm just observing all these things, and I'm. What am I gonna do next? Let's see.
You can't attack, but you can use your skills. You can.
Oh, I still
take a
can't
defend
attack.
action. You can try and heal. But yeah, you can use any of your skills if you want at this time. You just can't. You can't directly attack via simple, standard, or power attack.
How many? I know that. How many foes do we have left?
It's just the one.
Just the one.
Just the one. The others,
Okay.
you killed like 3 of them. Vasilia killed 2. Michael killed 1, and the rest scattered.
Okay, and I can't attack the one. Can I try to talk to it? Do these things talk?
They do talk. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab it.
You have
Okay.
intimidation. You
I'm
can
gonna try
intimidate it.
intimidation to get information out of it. Like,
He's
why
just eating
did it
my
attack
arm.
my
I
friend?
just like turn him.
Oh, he hasn't. That's right. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I'd like to intimidate this little creature and get some information. Why have you attacked my friends? Minding their
All right. Yeah.
the woods.
Let's set this at 14. So 1d20 plus 1d6. 10. You can burn
Tell
some
me or
HP to
else.
make it a success, or you can take the failure right now.
I'll take the failure.
All right, taking the failure. Odd or even?
Even.
Okay, let's roll a d4. 2. Again, as you approach him to ask your question, he shoots his tongue out again, and it like goes to slap you, but it like Michael Richardson pulls it back, so it just kind of like grazes your nose,
Huh!
which
Ugh,
feels really gross.
this smells bad.
And that would make it its turn. It's going to, as its arms are broken, it drops both of its daggers and it grabs them with its feet, and then it's going to stab. So let's roll a d6.
God.
I should have just broken
Oh.
both your limbs.
Yeah.
3. Again, that misses Michael Richardson. That matches Vasilia, and that hits by 1. So Vasilia would a match is, just quickly let me check, a match is you can burn EP to redirect or subvert the attack.
You said he's doing it with his feet.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to absolutely burn EP, as I'm just kind of hunched a bit over him, and as he goes to stab me with his toes, I would like to swiftly catch, crack, and face it toward him.
All right, that'll be 4 EP.
That's okay.
And we'll call it a free power attack. So let's roll another power attack for you.
Snap his fucking leg off.
Oh, it's only 6. Yeah,
Ooh.
you snap his leg and he drops one of his daggers. However, his other leg went and slashed at Veryl and beat Veryl by 1. So you can take a tiny bit of damage or have something weird happen to you.
Something weird.
All right. He shoots his tongue out at you again as he slashes, and he actually cuts off his own tongue. And his tongue grabs onto you, wraps around you in a similar fashion to how he was wearing the flap of skin. So you now have a scarf made out of blood that's tightly wrapped around your face and the top of your head. And you hear a voice that says, "Revenge."
It's okay, it's a look, Veryl, it's a look.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, it's great, you really work it.
Okay, I appreciate
That would make it
it.
Michael Richardson's turn. Michael, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm fucking sick and tired of this tongue shit, and all of it. So I'm gonna, I see he has one good leg. I'm gonna like release him by one hand and like almost fake place his whole, like I place his whole body face down, stamp my foot on the femur of his good leg and wrench his body the opposite way, snapping it, and then yank his head back at my face and said, "We are done with the games!"
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a standard attack.
That's
so
a
let's roll.
standard attack. That
Yeah,
is
your
really-
standard attacks are brutal as shit, man.
Yeah, very standard
Just
maneuver.
a very standard attack.
It's a
I
standard.
do it all the time.
I mean, your first step, yeah, like you do. What was that number? 6. Yeah, as you do that, you rip him apart, you pull his head back, and he completely falls apart into just ribbons of sinew and muscle and flesh that just kind of go flying all over the place. They drop down, and they just cover the ground. Almost enough viscera to mask the strong, pungent ethanol odor from the daddy's juice-soaked nuts, but not quite. Huzzah! You have defeated the Red Caps. The 3 of you kind of look. This was definitely a more intense battle than you expected it to be when you first followed these 4 guys out. And it's very confusing that they were actually Fae, pretending to be regular folks in a tavern. The 3 of you quickly kind of regroup. Vasilia, you tell the information that you had encountered with the disheveled, mangled man to Michael, and the 3 of you are all kind of abreast of the situation going on.
Wait,
so what are you going to do now?
You said he was missing teeth.
Missing teeth, yeah.
What did he smell like?
Rot, blood, metal? I don't know.
It's not a good sign.
And you said that it had something to do with a mist?
A mist rolling in. He was stumbling out. He also, if it's any importance, couldn't speak, couldn't talk. Rather awful at charades as well, but not all of us are gifted.
When I was following the fuckers, the mist wrapped around them as like, whether it be some sort of block from people following them, or it felt very fey. So if there's something, there's a creature, there's a fey creature I've heard tell of, that is like an offshoot of the Reds, that don't take skin, but they take the things inside your mouth. I've never met them. I've never met them, but
Okay.
I've had a lot of forest creatures we find toothless and disheveled and skinned.
So they were most likely on surveillance then.
Yeah,
Typical work.
is what it sounds like.
Humanoid targets.
I don't quite know why they would be in town disguising as people, though. That's what has me mainly worried. Is they stay on their own. If they come into town, they come in town in secret, and they attack quick and fast, and they get the fuck out of here. I've never seen them move in packs like this.
Oh, so usually the red cap, they're single. They are loners.
They move in groups, but they move in groups quietly. They don't stack. They duck into a house, they kill, and they take their prizes.
It's the impersonation. It's odd.
Exactly. The fact that they were in, I mean, look, Veryl, when we were in the bar, I watched them for 2 hours sit and not talk. They just sat, and then when they left, they moved in complete unison. It was like it felt like a meeting of the minds, like there was some sort of
like an invisible force, like bringing them together. Like
no, it felt like a war council. It felt like a war council.
Oh, okay.
Stratagem, and I can agree with that. And if it's any consolation, I did hear something else.
What did you hear?
A tearing sound coming from within the mist. I ignored it because I figured if one person, quite a great deal larger than I, couldn't handle it, well, I didn't want to handle it alone, hence me coming to the tavern in the first place.
Was it the sound of skin tearing? What was
it? Was a wet tearing noise. I'm not necessarily overly familiar.
Yeah. Veryl, high, low, or middle?
Middle.
All right, let's roll a d6. We're looking for 3 and 4. 2 again. All right. Yes, Veryl, you still have the tongue wrapped around you. You haven't even bothered.
You didn't cut that shit off.
No, you haven't.
You've been talking for 45 minutes.
It tightens around your neck, inflicting 2 points of damage. But you get a quick vision of somewhere else in the mist. Like you see an alleyway, and you see like a couple who are just kind of like canoodling, looks like they're a young teenage couple. And then your point of view is the thing in the mist. It swarms them and goes into their mouth and splits their jaw back and just rips their head off.
I do that.
And so, yeah, very similar to what Vasilia did, but you're the hands, you're inside of it as it's ripping this thing apart, and then it quickly comes back to you being choked by the neck. And again, you hear revenge.
Listen, we'll deal with that.
No, you don't understand. Get this thing off me. I've had a vision.
Oh, sorry, we were talking.
Yeah, sorry. We were comparing notes about how
it was such fine work. I really appreciated it.
Yeah,
what you did with the art, what you did with the arms, the splatter
I understand.
You're
both bloodthirsty, murderous menaces. I love it. It's great. I was also quite excited by it. And quite. You made me blush. Anyway, so I had that tongue. That tongue told me something, and it gave me a vision, and I've seen what that mist can do, and that tearing sound is people's heads being just ripped clean off. And so it's a magic mist, and it's magic in a bad, malicious way.
Tongue
It's
scarf is telling you
destroying
this?
people.
Your accessories?
Well, it was like a magical creature's body part, and it's telling me things.
Okay, do you like having that accessory on you? We good
Well,
with it?
It was nice, but no, I mean it's not. I think it's giving me a rash. I'm actually gonna. It's quite.
You try and pull it
moist.
off, and it tightens around you again.
Oh,
Oh, for the love of...
I don't think I can get it off. I think it's like some kind of parasite.
Could I
mean-
roll an occult check?
Yes, let's roll an occult check. We'll have this one open-ended. The higher you roll, the more you know. We'll do a d20 plus 1d6. 22. This is now, as you are a fey creature, you are somewhat familiar with other fey creatures, and you do know that red caps take the skin of things and they wear them as their hats and as their cloaks and as their scarves and things like that because their face is so ugly they want to hide it. And they find beautiful skin and they hide their own face with beautiful skin. However, you have no point of reference for a weird parasitic tongue. That is definitely something that red caps cannot typically do. And as you are kind of investigating it as it wraps around the Veryl's neck, you notice that it reeks of like transmutation magic, like the foulest kind of occult transmutation magic. Whatever had been done to this thing is not natural, it's not supernatural, it's unnatural, if that makes sense.
I've got good news and bad news, and they're the same news. So, essentially what we're dealing with is transmutation magic applied to our lovely and mangled friends here. So when you said it wasn't natural, you're correct entirely in your assumption and your observation. So, cult shit.
Would it have been transmutated into like an animal?
What?
Like, would you call it an animal now?
But
I wouldn't make any assumptions.
I'd like to fucking try something.
Yeah,
I'd
go for
like to try animal handling on the tongue.
Okay, yeah, let's go for it.
I was
I'm gonna set this check at 9.
So low. Like a low, it's a low check.
We'll set it at 19. So 1d20 plus 1d6.
Nah, 20.
Oh, well done. Yes.
I walk up like easy, boy, easy.
Oh, careful,
Yes,
you might make
you
it more
kind of
angry.
hold out your hand, and the tongue uncoils around Veryl's neck, and it coils around your arm, and begins squeezing. Odd or even?
Fucking odd. This is an
It
odd.
likes you.
It does.
Oh, it inflicts 4 points of damage as it digs into your arm, and suddenly you can see within the mist an alleyway. You can see a group of like a family that are gathering up like their supplies from outside. Looks like firewood, and the mist quickly surrounds them. And you can see, because your point of view is whatever's in the mist, it grabs a child and just begins ripping it apart, like tiny bits of it, just ripping it out. Like it's a creature. It's not a singular creature. It's definitely a swarm. You're cognizant enough, and you know enough about different animal types to recognize that this is a swarm of things that are just ripping this poor little child apart. It quickly moves to the older sibling before taking out both of the parents. And then you hear the voice in your head that says "revenge" as the tongue tightens further around your arm.
And I just slap the tongue like, calm the fuck down. Calm the fuck down.
It loosens a little bit, and it seems to be kind of in like a resting state.
You saw something too, didn't you?
Okay, yeah, let me tell you that I did, okay? Just don't fucking assume the tongue fucking showed me something. Jeez.
Oh,
Take your
well, I'm
time. It's all you.
sorry.
It was like, I know my eyes rolled in the back of my head and like I saw a vision, but like, give me a second to refocus. Yeah,
Process at your own pace.
a swarm killed a boy, ripped him apart. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
And what did it tell you?
Fucking revenge.
Oh, okay, me too. I just wanted to know if we had the same.
Be like, yeah, no, it knows like one word.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so we're dealing with a revenge creature. What creatures do we know that deal in revenge?
Well, look, the Fae. If I know Fae, someone backed out on a deal.
Oh yeah, they don't like
yeah,
that.
Someone has
do it.
backed out on a deal, and whether or not there was a split between these two, and there was a deal made, genuinely my vibe is that there's some sort of Fae conflict happening, and it's being taken out on the human population.
Okay, and it's forcibly taking teeth. Do we think it's like a teeth-based deal? Do we think it's a bad breakup? What?
oh, it's like what was that Shakespeare play, Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah.
Is it like love lost between two fucking shitty fucking elves or Fae?
Okay.
Whoa, hey.
Whoa, you don't have to.
I would like to point out that Michael Richardson was totally human-splaining to two Fae how Fae work. I just want to point that out.
But like, is that? I mean, am I correct? She's like two Fae fall in love.
We just.
But I love that you both went.
First of all, it's pronounced Romeo.
Like I read the book.
Oh no!
You read the book, did you?
That was a human translation. That's the shitty one that they give to dumb humans that don't understand Fae lingo.
Excuse me, I read the Stiff Notes version of it. It was very complex.
Oh, did you read No Fear? Is that it?
I did read No Fear, and it gave me a beautiful encapsulation of the story. No
This is disgusting. I want to go into the mist just to avoid this.
And so Vasilia steps into the mist.
Oh no!
I also read No Fear Hamlet, and I follow.
Vasilia begins leading the party to the alleyway where she last saw the mangled orc. And sure enough, you come across a mangled corpse, ripped apart. Just like Veryl and Michael Richardson had described, the jaw was kind of ripped open. All of the teeth had been removed, even the tusks of the orc, as well as the wisdom tusks that are all the way in the back of the orc's jaw. Its skin had been bitten and has small little box taken out of it, but unlike with what you'd assume from the red caps where they flay them, there doesn't seem to be any flaying. This is just tearing. You do notice that the chest cavity is also ripped open, and it looks like the heart is missing.
It's a breakup. It's a bad breakup. There it is, right there. Bad breakup. If anything, we are dramatic bitches, and that's dramatic.
Yeah. Could it?
But this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but this is not the work of elves. This is the work of Fae.
Yeah, it's
Fae. We are Fae related.
I misspoke. I didn't mean elves. I read again.
No, it's fine. All Fae and Fae related look the same. I'm sure. I understand.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're all bloodthirsty.
Adaptation. I watched an elven adaptation of it. All right, that's what I'm sorry.
Yes.
This does feel more Macbethian, though. If I'm honest, this feels Macbethian.
I was going to say Titus Andronicus, but pop off.
Titus makes sense.
I'm not going to lie. I didn't really pay attention in elf school.
I can tell. It's okay.
School. Oh, you could tell. All you laurel leaves literally live under a rock.
Whatever you're putting down, I'm fucking into it.
That's a damn good joke. That is a damn good joke, Veryl. Give yourself 2 HP or 2 EP, your choice. Probably need the HP.
Do I need more HP? I'll take more HP. Laurel leaves, you're underground dwellers. That's why you're so pale and you got red eyes. You've got the, and so of course, what would you know?
Yes,
It's
of course. That's
blessing that
exactly
you
why I
know.
look like this. You know so much about my people,
Oh,
obviously.
well, yes, of course. You
love
can't
this
hide
group.
it.
I fucking
Yeah.
love this group.
Yes.
I
and
love you.
I love you. I'm fucking into everything about this. Like, you fucking into it.
I'm into you. I love this for us.
I love this for us. We're gonna have a great fucking time. You want to kill whatever fucking
Let's
thing
go
is
kill
here?
it.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
I'm all
So how
for
are you going to
this.
pursue it?
I have an idea.
Okay.
Okay. You go ahead, and I'm just going to stick my hand into the corpse's chest and try to feel how, like, what tore it out.
Do your fucking thing.
Yeah, I'm getting a vibe.
Yeah.
You're definitely vibing.
I think we have this tongue. It's clearly connected to whatever swarm this is. I think we can set up a little bit of a trap for them. This might be a little bit bad for the town. I think we go back to the tavern. We lay this fucking tongue on. I can play bait. I'll sit in the middle. I have a little mask I can put on that might spook the little creatures. And we get them in this circle, and then we fucking kill them. We fucking catch them there. But then we can know where they're gonna come from. We know all the entrances for that place.
That's fair, but
Oh.
it is putting civilians in danger. Could we find a more defensible position, perhaps?
What's a place that we all know? Is there any kind of empty townhouses, empty garages?
Well, you do know all of you were invited earlier this week to help Ripper move into his medical office that he just set up. And you know that Ripper is out of town right now. He's at a convention of some kind. So that is a relatively fortified place.
Let's trash his place.
Unoccupied.
Well, let's 100% trash his place.
Yeah.
I did steal a key before he left, so we do have a clear entrance.
Perfect.
All right. So the three of you, Vasilia, while you were looking around and investigating, let's roll an investigation check.
Okay.
And this will be open-ended. The higher you roll, the more you'll discover. So 1d20 plus 1d6. 7.
That is what I get for going to your house, sir.
So yeah, you were initially trying to see like how the heart was removed, see if you could pick up any clues or anything like that, really put your rogue skills to test. But being that close to fresh humanoid, you just kind of like while Michael Richardson was telling this horrific plan, you were just like gorging yourself on intestines and lungs and things like that and hoping no one noticed.
Yeah, I just like kind of with one long bang, just like it's really interesting. It's
Hey, can I ask a quick question?
absolutely.
Like, does that just like you have to do that all the time?
Yeah. Do you always collect samples?
Oh,
From-
going through bodies, yes. I wanted to see if he was a drinker, first of all. I'm trying to get a client profile. And yes, his liver wrecked. Yeah.
Oh, are you do you have an interest in the dead, like dead bodies and
Well, you're vampiric, right?
I've
Wow,
never
that's
heard of such a word. That's so wild. What?
Well, you drink blood and you have fangs. Am I an idiot? Like, am I an idiot?
I don't
Michael, couldn't you tell she's been trying to hide it this whole time? Shh, we've been playing along.
In what fucking world? She drank blood and is eating a body. In what fucking world?
Michael,
in what fucking world?
Michael, Michael, could you have just an iota of decorum? Obviously, she's a little shy and she wasn't prepared.
It wasn't even that good for the record. First of all, it wasn't even.
Listen, Vasilia, it took me many years, which isn't a very long time in elf years, but it took me many years to finally tell my closest comrades about my curse. Okay.
No, you're not really subtle either. It's really cute. I love it.
Well, it's self-acceptance and all of that, and also I'm trying to get these cool adventurers to help me find a cure, possibly, maybe.
Oh, it's great
so
for you. I
had to
love
tell
that.
them.
I was born like
Yeah.
this. I'm just kind of like screwed, actually.
Oh, so the whole
I mean,
life.
it's not that bad. I don't get hungry all the time. It's honestly a little treat. A little treat.
I mean, you could have
again,
the whole thing. None of us are interested. I don't.
At no point am I judging either of you. Big fans of both of the shit you got going on. At no point am I judging. Here to
cannot
support.
turn you. I'm sorry.
I'm not looking to get turned. I'm honestly more interested on this whole like I can live for eternity thing you both got going on. Would love to have a one-on-one discussion.
Oh, but that's just because I'm an elf. We just
I
live
know,
very
but there's magic involved in both essences, and I think there's a thing that I'd like to discuss with both of you. That's neither here nor there.
We can talk in the medical office. Maybe there's like files on things.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's head over there. I'd love to.
Michael, let's do an intelligence check. I'm going to see if you remember something. So, do you want to have
whatever EP I have to use? Whatever EP I have to use after this roll, I will use.
Okay. Well, let's. Do you want it to be a 50-50 split, or do you want to try and use one of your skills?
I'll use my skills.
Okay, which one?
My occult.
All right, yeah. Let's roll an occult check. We'll set this at, because you've had a lot going on since you were made aware of this information, I'm going to set this at a solid 20.
Okay.
So 1d20 plus 1d6. That's a dirty 20. All right. Yes, Michael, the penultimate time you saw Gregory, there was someone else there with you. In addition to the cool adventurers who usually accompany you to the crossroads, if you remember, the Lich was there too. And you tried to kill the Lich with Gregory, but the Lich basically like called you an idiot because Gregory can't see undead things.
Yeah, he can't.
And with that, you arrive at Ripper's medical office. You use the key, open the door, and begin to fortify the structure to lay your trap. Now, how are each of you contributing to laying the trap? We'll start with Veryl. What are you doing to contribute to the trap?
We're laying the trap. So what am I doing to contribute to the trap?
Mm-hmm.
Are we... So, okay. So we want to set a trap outside of the cabin because we don't, or, the office. We don't want them to get inside. I don't want to ruin Ripper's house.
Yeah, you're the only one who actually helped Ripper. It was you and Bryson. Bryson was busy punching nails into the wall, and you were actually laying you were laying carpet for
Look, I'm a great interior designer, and Ripper couldn't tell a good carpet from the nose on his face. So
no, he could not.
So I did help him pick out.
Could not. And
he was also trying to mismatch the wallpaper. He was trying to put
it was atrocious.
Ugly patterns.
Yeah, he was so insistent on mustard. He was
lost without me. So yeah.
I will say, doesn't Veryl just love a good mess?
No, not at all.
But doesn't Ripper love a good mess? Like let's fuck up this place a little bit.
No, it's like you're trying to do reverse psychology, but
organized chaos is the best place where one can operate, isn't it?
No, it's
science at its core is chaos.
We've been planning. The cool adventurers and I have been planning a secret surprise housewarming office party, and
wouldn't this be the best surprise?
Look, no. I know Ripper, and I'm so proud because he sought therapy when he was with me. So clearly, this is a great exercise in executing the new exercises that were given to him, is it not? Calming oneself down, processing, healthy coping mechanisms.
And keeping...
Oh boy, A gnome jumps onto the jumps onto the reception desk in the lobby. This gnome has glasses. It's a gnomish woman with a very very nice knit beanie, and she goes, "What are you doing here? The offices are closed." She then pushes a big red button, and a large mechanical monstrosity steps out of the wall, just like breaks through the wall. Because the audience just sent you a big bad evil monster. So thank you, audience, for that. A big bad evil monster. It goes, "Hello, my name is Scythe. I am the security system. Prepare to be destroyed." And then it slams down a fist. Let's roll the attack for a big bad evil monster. That is a D10. So let's roll a D10. Oh,
Ow.
Yes, we finally hit Michael. We hit him by 1, so we'll do Michael first. Michael, you've been beat by 1, so you can take a tiny bit of damage, or you can have something weird happen.
I'm gonna need to save my damage for these elves. I'm gonna do something weird.
All right. The security system slams its fist down, and its force propels you outside of the office. You like burst through his window. So whatever the intention was, organized chaos is what you've created, but you tumble outside, and the tongue that was wrapped around your arm uncoils itself and into the shadow.
No.
That's the weird thing that happened to you. All right.
Damn it! I want my tongue back.
No, you picked weird, sir. You picked weird.
Familiar for the rest of the
No.
time.
All right. Next up, Vasilia, it beat you by 3, so that's a good amount of damage or something bad.
Oh, fuck it, I'll take damage.
All right. You take 5 points of damage as it brings its fist back up and kind of uppercuts you with it, sending you through the roof. So now you're on top, like you fall and land on top of the roof, taking.
So you deal with anger issues too, don't you?
I provide all kinds of assistance for Dr. Wainwright. That would make it Veryl's turn. Veryl, it beat you by 4, so that's a lot of damage or something really bad.
Something really bad, and I try to reason with it because I thought that I thought that it would be on my side for defending the house.
Yes. It turns to you. Scythe scans you, like in the center of this metal construct. You can see like there's a scythe port, and it scans you quickly, and it goes, "Oh, hello, Veryl.
Oh,
I
Scythe!
agree with your interior design suggestions." It then fires a net at you. Let's roll a D4.
Oh no!
You are incapacitated for 1 round as this net tightens around you, and you're just kind of stuck in this net. All right, Vasilia, let's do high, lower, middle.
I've been rolling high all day, gamers.
Okay. All right, we're looking for 5 or 6. Okay, yes. Vasilia, from your vantage point, you can see the mist is slowly surrounding the office, both the back of the office and the front. You can also see that Michael is outside chasing, going, no, hurt me, as he's chasing down the tongue as it's skittering away. That would
choke me, Daddy Tongue, choke me.
That would make it Vasilia's turn. Vasilia, what would you like to do first?
First of all, this just sucks. Second of all,
It does. It really fucking does.
I'm going to use my neck. I'm going to use steal your shit, and what I'm stealing is his power supply. Wherever
Yes.
it is on that
I love
robot.
it. I love it. Let's roll a
Heck yeah.
D20, and let's see how successful you are.
Please let me steal your shit, sir.
It's a 16. Yes, you incorporate into a thick black smoke using your vampiric powers trained specifically for roguing, and you surround the surround the construct and remove its power source, that scythe port that I told you about. As you pull it out, it goes, oh no, backup power initiated. So
Why?
yes, you've removed it, but it still has one more round. You see, it's doing a countdown of reserve power. So you have successfully disabled it, but it's still going to be active for one round. That would make it Michael's turn. Michael, you're outside.
Yeah, so I am about to run after the tongue, and then I can feel the encroaching mist. And I like look back very dramatically. I go, here.
Oh, God.
And I go, no time to plan, just jump into it. And I run into the house, and I like turn off all of the lights.
Okay.
And I just say, Scythe, there's something bigger coming. And then I just turn off the lights and I put something on my face that I stole from Ripper earlier in the time I've been there. I'm gonna hold my action.
All right, you're holding your action. That would make it the big bad. No, that would make it. The big bad evil monster. The security system is going to take another action. Let's roll a d6.
I'll give this back to you if you're a good.
5. All right. This is actually a positive action. It reels in the net. So it grabs Veryl, and then it goes, you look damaged, and it hands you a magic potion. Because that's also been donated from the audience. Thank you very much for the magic potion. So initiating health protocols. You down the health potion as you can now take your action. What would you like to do, Veryl?
Am I still inside of a net?
Yes, you are in the net, so you're incapacitated, which means you can't take any physical actions. You can still do social actions or magical actions. You can't attack, you can't use physical skills, you can't move, you can't defend, but you can still use any of your mental, magical, or social abilities.
Okay, so no athletics, no acrobatics.
Nope.
Just social.
Yeah,
I
so
have
for you,
intimidation,
that would be
nature,
that
and
would be
performance.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna tell Vasilia to go follow Michael, and I'm gonna attempt to taunt. As a distraction, I'm going to taunt Scythe.
Okay. Then let's. I'm going to say that a taunt is going to be the closest to a performance. So let's roll a performance check. The better
it is a distraction.
Your taunt will be.
Yeah.
11. How exactly do you taunt Scythe?
Well, first I'm going to say, Vasilia, go! And then I'm going to say to Scythe, I'm going to say, your software is not up to date. I can tell you've got very old software, and your owner doesn't even care about you. Where is he? What is he? You look rusted.
Call
you
his
look like
disc floppy.
Keep going, Vasilia. Just go.
Sorry.
Yeah, you've got a floppy disk. Your disk is floppy. And
Veryl, as we discussed in your last session, your misplaced aggression is because of your unresolved issues with your father figures, and then it shoots you outside the broken window.
Oh my! Every time he doesn't.
It just yeets you out the broken window as Michael lifts the desk and puts it over the broken window, so you're outside. But Vasilia, you're holding the scythe. You do see it does indicate that it's taken emotional damage. And so that would make it, Michael, if you're there, it would make it your turn.
Oh, I'm there. I shut all of the lights off. And knowing that these are fae that are going to come for us, I take from Ripper's office. He's been working on a fae defense system. It's a mask made of molten metal, molten iron, that I know fae are with, and I attempt to scare the fae, and I just, like, in the darkness, approach like the coming mist.
Okay.
And,
Whoa!
Oh.
and just like whisper the same song I sang earlier. 3 little birds sat on my window. And they told me I don't have to worry. Come here, Tommy Tommy.
Okay, yes, I'm going to say that this item gives you a 2d6 bonus to any social checks made against fey creatures. So we're going to roll a d20 plus 3d6, and this is open-ended. The more you roll, the more effective it will be. 21. The mist kind of stops, and from it, a swarm of red glowing orbs appear. This is what fairies look like when they're at a distance. Up close, they have humanoid forms inside the glowing orbs. Their gossamer-like wings are more visible. But yeah, red is definitely not the color of a tooth fairy. Tooth fairies are typically, they give like a yellowy glow or a white glow, depending on if they're good or evil aligned. So the red is definitely disconcerting, but you can tell that there's more off about these because in place, as they get closer, they seem to be hesitant. Like they seem to be responding fearfully to you, but you can see as they get closer apprehensively, where they're supposed to be humanoid, they're just mouths. They're just maws, like twisted amalgamations of teeth, and kind of jittering because they are scared of you in this moment, trying to figure out what to do. And from further in the mist, you can see another figure, a tall figure, step towards you. That would make it Vasilia, odd or even.
Odd.
All right, odd. That's an even. Suddenly, the tall figure in the mist extends out its hand, and the swarm of fairies go past you, Michael, because you did successfully intimidate them. They go around you and immediately attack Veryl, who is also yeeted outside as he just takes his net off. So let's roll a d6 for that. 3. That is going to hit you by 1, so you can take a tiny bit of damage or have something weird happen.
Something weird.
All right. The fairies swarm around you, and you kind of open your mouth instinctually to scream, and they all begin pulling out your teeth one by one, but you keep growing back in because you are a lichen. Your like bestial teeth are growing in place of your elven teeth. So they're like just pulling out like a shark. They're pulling out teeth, and you're just using them. And it's just a very awkward feeling. But all of them are swarming around you, trying to get. They're like biting at you, but they're not biting at you hard enough to rip skin or anything like that. That would make it Vasilia's turn. Vasilia, what would you like to do?
You're a good robot, right?
Oh, I forgot about the robot. Yeah, let's do odd or even.
Odd.
Even.
It's your robot. It's your fault.
Vasilia, you are always welcome to schedule an emotional assessment meeting with us during operating hours. It then punches you through the desk, through the window. You take 4 points of damage as you tumble out.
I'm going to die.
I think you have 1 hit point. Or
I have 3.
You have 3 hit points. Okay. Well, now it's your turn. You see Veryl is being swarmed by these mutated fairies. Michael is like doing a weird dance in the mist with this glowing mask. It's very unsettling. It's very unsettling.
Spooky.
And further in the mist, you can see a tall figure that looks like a very beautiful orc woman, drenched in blood.
That's fantastic, because you said that I would, since I used my class feature, I'm now going to use my power. So I'd like to use Vampower.
Okay.
I'd like to become just as large as her.
Okay.
With bestial features.
Okay.
And I would like to regain health by just chomping as much of her as I can.
I love it. Let's do it. Let's roll that d20. The higher you roll, the better you do. Ooh, a nat 1. Okay.
Can I use any EP to save that?
No, EP cannot overturn a nat 1. You do that. You shift into a bestial form. Vampiric bat wings jut out of your back. Your eyes go blood red. Your fangs grow out of your mouth like it's like you're monstrous, and you charge towards this thing, and it grabs you, throttling your neck. It then like digs its claws into your neck as if puncturing you, and it drains more of your blood.
It's not even that good.
Making it larger still. You can get a good look at this. This is an undead orcish woman, not covered in blood, like made of blood. But she definitely has like fey-like qualities as well.
Fix hers.
Very strange, very unsettling. You can also see that there's something twisting inside of her, like roiling in her abdomen and in her rib cage. As we're gonna say, let's roll a d6. Two, she drains you for 2 points of damage and throws you down on the ground.
I'm not dead. I'm 1, but I'm not dead.
That would make it Veryl's turn. Veryl, what do you do?
I'm not incapacitated, but I am being attacked, right?
You are being attacked, but you are not incapacitated. You can do
okay.
anything at this point. Finally, the Berserker.
Can I?
Party is unleashed.
Okay. I guess I should. Maybe I should also bust out my bestial form.
Yes.
And I should do crestfallen moonlight bestial slaughter.
I love it.
And can I just eat all the Fae and then just swallow them up and then just go and attack the orc woman?
Yeah, by all means. Let's roll that d20 and see how well you do.
All right.
4. Yes, so you transform into your bestial form. It's very anime-esque. Like blood red petals are swirling around you as like a really intense guitar riff, just like and then you just start slashing at the fairies, trying to get them in your mouth. You consume about half of the swarm before like one of their like gets like caught in your throat, like its wings get caught in your throat, and you begin spitting out teeth. So you did inflict heavy damage to the swarm, but it continues to swarm around you. That would make it Michael Richardson's turn. Michael, what would you like to do?
I'd like to like approach this figure.
Okay.
And did I see the like? Do I see it made of blood? Do I see all of those things?
Yeah, as you got close enough that you can see it's a tall, orcish woman, roughly 12 feet tall, so definitely taller than an orc should be, composed of blood. There seems to be something swimming inside her. Her eyes are completely black, where everything else is red. And she has like undead and fey qualities.
Can I tell her what's swimming inside of it?
That would require a check if you want to do that.
Yeah, I'd like to do an investigation check, I guess.
All right, yeah, let's roll an investigation check. 1d20 plus 1d6. The higher you roll, the more I'll tell you. 17. It's like a mass of the tentacle tongues. Like the one you were chasing, you see scurries into, wraps around her leg and then goes into it and goes into the mass, and you can kind of see it looks like dozens of these things are worming their way inside her. They're not part of her. As I said, whatever these things are, these worm things, they are not associated with the Fae, and they seem to be twisting the Fae, whatever is going on. So as it goes into her, you can see her kind of wince with pain and then react as she steps towards you. That is your action, so that would make it her turn. You did a check. That was your action. You can burn EP to do another, but otherwise...
I'd like to burn EP then.
All right, you burn 4 EP. What do you want to do?
I'd like to approach and kind of just take the mask off, holding it up still, kind of like as a barrier. And I'd like to look at her in her black eyes and just go, death is a fearful thing. To die and go we know not where. To lie in rot. You're held together by nothing but animated tongues speaking commands that you have no words for. But you can let go of the stranglehold. Let the fear of abyss end. And I'd just like to I'd like to wish upon it to give this blood permission to end. To leave.
I'm going to say that's an occult check. Let's set this check at... We'll set this check at 24, but because she is Fae, you do get the additional 2d6 because you're still using the mask. So we'll set it at 24, 3d6 plus a d20. We'll see how you do. 27. Oh, like a blood tear forms in her eyes, and she says, he sang poetry to me when it was spring, and then she just melts, like just collapses, and the riling worm intestine tongue things just kind of reform in the mass into a big ball. That would, congratulations, you have successfully subdued the Blood Witch for another season. However, you still have these twisted monstrosities to deal with. The swarm is going to swarm around and attack, so let's roll a d6. Two. That is going to only hit Veryl, and that is going to match. So let me just check again what match does real quick. Match, you can do something cool. You can take a free power attack if you burn EP. Do you have any EP left?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah. Veryl, you're the only one that got hit.
No, I know I got hit, but I thought that other people... I didn't know if it was my turn. Does it become my turn when I get hit?
Yeah, because it missed them, nothing happens.
Oh,
because
so
it
I
hit
have
you,
to react.
But it matched your AC. You get to do something if you want to, or you don't.
I don't think I've used my EP. I have 6.
All right.
And I have the same amount that I started with, right? I don't lose it if I don't use it. So I'll use my EP.
If you use 2, you can do a simple attack. If you use 4, you can do a standard attack. And if you burn all 6 of your EP, you can do a free power attack.
I'll do a free power attack.
All right. You seize this opportunity to attack the swarm of fairies as they're attacking you. That will be 3d6. Let's roll 3d6. $17. Yes, you slash into the fairies. Just like a tornado of blood seems to surround Veryl. Nice. And just teeth drop down all around Veryl as Veryl stands there panting, just blood covered their extremities.
Did they give up the teeth that they took out of my mouth? Is that what is falling around?
Yeah. You actually start picking up the teeth, and you're looking at them and being like, "Is this mine?" And you're like,
"Oh my god!"
Congratulations, you have successfully defeated the Tooth Fairies, earning yourself a level achievement each. Congratulations. Let's resolve this last thing, which is the tentacled horrors. They are going to roll an attack, so let's roll a d6 for their attack.
Stop.
I don't believe Vasila's gone yet, though.
I haven't, but it's okay.
Yeah, Vasilia has 1 hit point, so she goes last. Like when you're that injured, you go lowest on the initiative order.
He got
Let's
us
roll that
started.
d6. One more time. A 1d6 one more time. 2. That's gonna miss them again, and Veryl, you're out of EP, so you can't seize an opportunity to attack it. So it just misses all 3 of you, as this tentacly mass forms back into a single mass. It scoops up some of the teeth and it like develops mouths, and it just begins screaming like ah! As all of the tongues kind of congeal and melt together into a gibbering horror. This is the true cause of all of this trouble, and it tries to attack all 3 of you, but it doesn't. Now it's Vasilia's turn. Vasilia, what would you like to do?
Fall of the undignified. I would like to stand, and I will burn whatever EP necessary to tear into this monstrosity with claw and teeth, and I would like to consume it in its entirety.
All right. Yeah. Okay. You haven't burned any EP yet, right?
I've burned 4.
You burned 4, so you got 4 EP. So I'll give you a power attack with 4 additional d6, so 7 d6.
Okay.
Let's give it a roll.
I did subtract it from my total. I have 8, but I'm happy to use 4.
Oh, you did subtract it from your total. Well, then let's put all 8 in there. It's 4 more, so 11 d6.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pretty tough motherfucker, so you're gonna need that. Yes. Vasilia shifts into another like vampiric form, this time with very long limbs. Her bat wings fuse with her front limbs. Her ears become enormous bat-like ears. Her eyes go completely blind, and like 2 tongues shoot out of her mouth, which also have mouths and fangs. And she just leaps onto this gibbering horror and crawls inside of it. And you see it kind of shrink and drain, like it's being drained from the inside. And then Vasilia rips out through it, grabbing its pieces and just consuming until there's nothing left of it. Vasilia, let's because that was badass, I'm gonna say high, middle, or low.
Middle. Feeling very middle.
Middle. All right, middle it is. 3. Yes. You quickly realize that these things were mutating all of the other Fae that they were interacting with, and consuming them probably wasn't the wisest idea.
Yeah, but I was so upset.
But your pure rage mixed with your necrotic, essence destroys the malignant transmutation magic that tries to seize over you. So you can feel them squirming inside you, trying to reform, but you just kind of burn them with absolute necrotic hate. Congratulations, you have stopped the biting swarm and defeated the biting plague. Huzzah! Vasilia shifts back into her elven Dhampir form and wipes the blood from her lips once more.
Sorry.
No,
It's hard.
don't. It was.
Thank
Don't be
you.
sorry. You looked. It was beautiful. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
It was impressive. Your you really. Doesn't it feel better to be able to be your full self in front of your fellow adventurers and right? Like you're much more useful to us when you use your full vampire powers.
Oh, I use them. Some people are just incredibly dense. It's hilarious. Beautiful poetry, by the way. I can really tell you did watch an Elven adaptation.
Yeah, it's much more beatific than like some
poignant.
Yes,
Sits with
Michael,
you.
I'm quite impressed. You do seem to have a real appreciation, like a cultural awareness of
Look, I may be used to be a drunken fool, but
Used
there's
to
a lot
be.
more to Michael Richardson than there is to meet the eye.
So sweet. I still have this power source.
Yes, you do. You feel a tiny hand grab it. As you turn around, you see the gnome receptionist from Ripper's office put it back into the security system, which activates once again. You better put this office back in order right now, or I'm gonna have Scythe rearrange all of your teeth.
But I have a lot of boo-boos.
That is true. Activating medical procedures Alpha, Beta, and Zeta. Syringes shoot out of the vent system, striking Vasilia like in the neck and chest, just like because like 8 of them just go.
Oh my god!
You fall down unconscious as you begin to recuperate. It then shoots out 2 nets, grabbing each of you and reeling you in. Cool adventurers, you have been enlisted to assist the repairs of this office. Compliance will be rewarded. Refusal will be punished.
Oh, this is why I said it's just, this is what happens when you don't take care of other people's property. Let's just.
We were gonna put it back. You have to do it by force, though.
You
Jesus.
ruined everything. I just put in this carpet.
They're dragging Vasilia through the mud.
Please take my programming up with my creator,
it's okay.
Dr. Wainwright, as to whether or not force is not an effective use of my abilities.
I fucking will.
We could have used it on the blood witch.
Shoots it at you that says complaint form, and then kind of like lands on you in the net. Will Michael Richardson and Vasilia and Veryl be able to put Ripper's office back in order before he gets
I'm gonna have to do it
from the Underlands, where he is currently also fighting mutated horrors? Will Vasilia be able to heal and be accepted in the community now that she has revealed her vampiric nature to the cool adventurers? Will Michael Richardson continue to recruit the cool adventurers, and to what nefarious ends is he doing so? And did this have anything to do with Dr. Radisson and all of his crazy shenanigans? Find out next week on the conclusion of the Shadowfel series, as we dive once more into the nightmares that is Hazards and Hijinks. Wow, what a great show. Thank you so much to everybody who stuck around all to the end. You guys are the best. Please subscribe to us if you want to get those exclusive emotes. We're getting an animated emote coming up here soon. That's also the way that you get commercial-free access. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram so that you can see anytime we post stuff for the audience participation portions and helping us build our final adventure and moving forward, because we have a lot of adventures waiting for you in the wings. Kit and Miss is just around the corner. If you enjoy what we do, hey, be sure to like, follow, subscribe, and recommend us to friends. Get watch parties going together. It's a lot of fun. Lastly, we have a Patreon. If you really are a super fan, if you want to be a member of Oakvale, the community itself, you can join our Patreon, and we are currently in the process of putting a Discord together and eventually a Discord community, which is going to be a lot of fun. All right, but I'm not going to end the show by telling you about all the goodies that you can partake in if you join our cause. No. I'm going to end the show, as I always do, with a hearty huzzah. And please, as they earned it, let's join in and huzzah our heroic cool adventurers once again. 3, 2, 1, huzzah!
Huzzah!
Oh, wow. Yeah, I sure hope Ripper wasn't watching that episode.
Gosh, that would be so awkward.
That'd be so bad.
Remember
Let's do
me.
a big shout out to
Ripper,
MC Smitherman, our channel familiar. Definitely not going to report this stuff back to Ripper.
I'm going to tell him. I was going to just throw them under the bus and
Sure, you know, that
went
totally
through
fits.
the window. Your body.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
like
true.
Vasilia got thrown through everything. She got thrown through the window, thrown through the desk, thrown through the ceiling.
Look,
So
I
it's
was
just kinda like,
yeah, I was. I mean, when the voice in the sky asked me how I was going to contribute, I was going to say, let's keep it outside. Set up a trap in the front yard, away from the office.
Reminds me. You did successfully defend the cabin because the Fae never got inside the office. So you actually got both of your objectives complete, which means you got 3 level achievements. Now, that means Veryl leveled, and Michael Richardson and Vasilia are that much closer to leveling, so congratulations. So spooky! So gross!
That is a really cool filter you got there.
Well,
It
thank you.
is.
Yeah, it's just